Now Davis. Shot to stop the run. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. And Scotty Barnes, the Rookie of the Year in 2022 in the NBA.
And you could argue he was maybe the biggest surprise of the 21 draft. Made a huge impact on the floor immediately. If you did a redraft of that class, he'd be closer to the top.
Achua, he's checked in for Toronto. And really deep through that time. Lights out's got 5.
And they don't want to get in a habit of giving him open looks from 3. First quarter still, but not who you want to leave open.
1:41 left in the first quarter of the game. A nice shot by Flynn.
What you see is continued improvement in his ability to create for others. Great to see OG Anunoby make the open read.
And you love seeing that great mobile one drive a second time.
And the awareness of his footwork and body on that drive. Wow.
And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
Guys, I've got to say, one of the things I love the most about the Toronto Raptors, how special their fan base is. Really, when you think about it, Canada much more associated with the great sport of hockey, but they love professional basketball.
Alan Johnson's checked in for Scotty Barnes. Flynn the pass to Davis. Bamba with the block.
That is a combination of length and defensive instinct. Send it back, Mo Bamba.
Here's lights out. Started by Davis. Lights out with the bucket.
What a great play. Totally schooled the defender on that one.
Raptors trail by 7. Johnson outside. And Davis now top of the key. 32 seconds left to play in the first quarter. No good with the layup. Here's lights out. Covered by Flynn. Here's lights out. Again, Chicago.
And he's starting to show that killer instinct this quarter, looking to extend the lead.
And here is Flynn. Passes it to Anunoby. Over Bamba. Here's Johnson. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
Nice work to get it inside and draw the contact.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one. And the Bulls making a change here. And both free throws good for Johnson.
And that's the norm for him. He's pretty much automatic when he's at the line.
And so it's Chicago heading to the bench with a 7-point lead as we wrap up the quarter. And their three-point shooting has paid. And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. All right, we'll take a look now at how the points have been generated so far. A scoring breakdown for Chicago.
Absolutely dialed in from beyond the arc so far in this one. The defense is surrendering the long-range shot here early on.
I think let's give them credit as well for the job they've done getting to the free throw line. It's been a huge factor for them.
So for Chicago right now, Alex Caruso out there with lights out. Then there's Andre Drummond. Then it's Zach LaVine. And it's Williams at the power forward.
I mean, he is tearing the defense apart. And let's face it, they have not brought their A game on that side of the ball.
Caruso against Flynn. Here's Siakam. The shot's good on the assist by Flynn. And that's now 6 points for Siakam. Chicago leading by 5. And looking back on that Toronto run, Pascal Siakam, Doris, was a big piece to that puzzle.
There's no question about it. They allowed that young man to flourish in transition. He was a tremendous defender for the group. He was a big-time part of that title.
Trent outside. Pass to Boucher. Back to Trent. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
Tremendous vision from Chris Boucher. He is making a case for being more involved offensively.
second quarter. We're a little over a minute and a half in. Here's lights out. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. It's going to be on Siakam. Well, if there's one thing, Greg, that defines a modern NBA big man, it is mobility.
And they've got to be able to move their feet and really play in space. Otherwise, they just can't stay on the floor in today's game.
Catching up on the changes for Toronto. Achua, he's checked in for Chris Boucher. Barnes comes in for OG Anunoby. And it's Terrence Davis in for Flynn. And let's head over to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Thanks, guys. A busy few years for Nick Nurse. In 2019, he helped lead the Raptors to the title, and he was the 2020 Coach of the Year. He says, it means a lot to me that this city and this country loves this team so much. We can go out there and give them something to be proud of. Of course, Kevin, he's been a key part of that success. Back to you.
Maybe the single most important part of their success, D.A. Thank you so much. And here in the second quarter of action with a hair under 2.5 minutes played so far. Lights out with the bucket.
You can see it. Once this guy gets his rhythm, he is so hard to slow down. What an excellent night for him and his team.
Davis kicks to Barnes. Achua, the pass to Davis. Barnes outside. 6 to shoot. Another shot. He shoot again. Rebound by Williams.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on it.
Right side, ball. And there's the pass to lights out. Off target there. That would have pushed the lead to double digits. Barnes kicks to Davis. Back to Barnes. The shot, no good. Excellent D there from Ball. Here's lights out. Off target with his three.
You will not see this guy miss many of those. He's one of the keys to their floor spacing.
Siakam inside. Defended by Drummond. Here's Trent over Levine, and he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for two.
The son of an NBA vet, Gary Trent Jr.'s game is very different than his dad's.
Well, obviously, Gary Sr.
And so that brings the first half to a close. Bulls lead by 9. We played through the first half. Plenty of basketball, though, left in this one. Anunoby, he's checked in for the Raptors. Chicago also making some changes. Ahmed Bamba, he's checked in for Andre Drummond. And lights out subbed in for Jetty Osman. Here he goes. Offensive rebound. Here's lights out. Gets the three-pointer to fall. Lights out's got 22.
Yeah, how about the percentage they're shooting from beyond the arc here in the second half?
Inside for him, it's Barnes and Siakam. Then it's OG Anunoby. And there's Davis, and it's Flynn in at the point guard. So that's the 5 in the game for Toronto. Second half of play with just under 2.5 minutes gone. Lights out with the bucket.
Nothing better than a hustle play like that. It gets the whole team amped up, sets the example for everyone.
Flynn against Ball. Stolen by Ball. Here's lights out. Started by Davis. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. For Chicago, they have shot 10 of 11 at the line. Nice work so far for them. And some changes here for the Raptors. Achua, he's checked in for Siakam. Chris Boucher comes in for Scotty Barnes. And Johnson subbed in for Terrence Davis. Powell, he's checked in for the Bulls. Alex Caruso comes in for Lonzo Ball. Back to Flynn. Pass to Boucher. Puts it up from 15. It doesn't go for him. So the Bulls will take it the other way. Here's lights out. 27 points for him. A shot. And that one's in. He's only missed 3 of 13.
What an aggressive mindset in this period. He's starting to take over.
Flynn kicks to Anunoby. 1:22 left here in the third quarter. And it's lights out with the foul. That'll be his second foul of the game. And right now, let's watch that terrific swat.
And guys, they'll think twice about attempting that shot again. That was a big-time rejection.
Outside Flynn. And they get it. Tries again. That is good. And the Bulls lead is cut to just 7 points in the basket from Achua.
And defensively, they're on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Lights out, passes to Levine. And some nice ball movement here by Chicago. Here's lights out. He's got 29 points. Clock is at 3. It's hauled in by Achua. Achua's got 5 rebounds tonight. Johnson, the pass to Boucher, and it's good, 2 points. Now just a 5-point Chicago lead.
And not relying at all on the three-point shot. They may want to rethink about stretching the defense a bit like they did in that first half.
That was a second look at our Mobile One drive. Amazing control on display.
And a close game like this, you've got to dig deep and just find a way to make things happen.
Johnson kicks to Anunoby. Back to Johnson. Powell pulls it in. Here's lights out. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact. It's going to be on Precious Achiuwa. And he knocks down the first one. Both teams deciding to change it up. Both free throws good from lights out.
And he's given them a good contribution at the line tonight, getting there a lot and delivering on his opportunities.
Well, through 3 quarters of play, down double digits, it may be difficult to overcome. It's the Bulls. Let's take a listen to a recent huddle from Coach Billy Donovan.
Hey, listen, let's sustain it now. Let's put our foot down with more discipline and more focus right now, okay? All right.
The fourth quarter has arrived. So good to have you with us. The Bulls leading by 10. So the Bulls 5 right now. They've got lights out. Andre Drummond is out there with Williams. Then there's Lonzo Ball. And it's Osman in at the 3. Trent outside. Passes it to Siakam. It falls for the 6th time in 7 tries this contest. That's 86%.
Well, Desire, Pascal Siakam has a ton of that. He's overcome so much in his life. You think a little bump in the road is going to stop him?
Here's Drummond. Plays it up and banks it in. Drummond's got the lead up to 13 now for the Bulls.
And the D getting outworked there on the putback. Can't let that happen.
You've got to put a body on somebody. We talk about it ad nauseum, but you've got to be disciplined with the box outs.
It's so hard, isn't it, Doris, to define Scotty Barnes' position? Point forward would probably, I guess that'd be correct.
I guess, Kev. And it almost doesn't matter, right? Because what we know about Scotty Barnes is he's got big-time talent. He can make plays.
And so the big win by Toronto in a tight game. What a show they put on here at home tonight.
I mean, these are those games that feel so great to win, and really, it's like a knife in the gut to lose. You gotta love being on edge of your seat and just wondering what's gonna happen. How is this thing gonna play out?
And that about wraps it up for Greg Anthony, Doris.
While both of these teams are still fresh here in the early season, RJ, is it easier to play hard towards the start of the year? And so in the game for the Bulls, we've got Cedi Osman, Patrick Williams out there with Andre Drummond. Then there's Zach LaVine, and it's lights out in at the point guard position. Back to Flynn. Goes up from the block. It's tipped, and he gets it back. Pass to Anunoby. 4 on the clock. Second chance shot. And the Raptors miss again. And just over a minute played here to start the game. Here's lights out. 37 points his last time out. Outside Barnes. Trent outside. From outside the arc. Can't get it to drop. Now Chicago takes it the other way.
And when you watch the way Trent Jr. can take over a game, just a gifted scorer who can explode once he gets going. He's impossible to slow down. He's consistent from out there, especially when you give him that kind of room.
Pass to Anunoby. Misses in close. And with Trent Jr., he very much is a microwave scorer, Grant.
Oh, he heats up in an instant, B.A. A bit of a streaky shooter overall. I would like to see him round out his inside game to find new ways to score if his shot isn't there.
And he knocks down the first one. Neto's checked in for Williams. Both shots good from the stripe. For Chicago, they've gone just 2 for 4 from the floor. Here's lights out. Drains the triple. He has 6.
And what kind of defense was that? You can't give up wide open threes like that. What are you doing?
To the paint. Here's Trent. That's it. Coming off an assist from Barnes.
Just taking it right to the rim, and no one was there to greet him.
Easy possessions like that literally are just a gift. You just dream of them. He'll gladly take those. Looks like it could be a big night for him. Very strong start here in the first quarter.
Outside Anunoby. Here's Flynn. Back to Anunoby. Siakam left side. Pulls up at the elbow. And it's Chicago with a board.
That was a good look for him from mid-range, but just couldn't make the defense pay.
Here's lights out. Rebounded by Flynn. Toronto trailing. Pass to Trent. Uncovered. The shot comes out.
Yeah, you have to knock those down. Open shots inside the arc are rare in this league. Oh, guys, the city of Chicago is used to the highest standard. The shadow of those Michael Jordan teams still looms large. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. They should continue to ride the hot hand.
And Toronto calls time here. It feels like once you get a taste of winning, you never want that to end, Grant.
But the reality is, for most franchises, it does end for long periods of time. I hope the fans do appreciate this current Bulls team. There's something to be proud of.
So Toronto going with almost an entire new group here. Achua's checked in for Siakam. Boucher comes in for Scotty Barnes. Johnson, he's checked in for Anunoby. And it's Davis in for Trent. Outside Davis. Pass to Johnson.
I see him.
There's a minute 17 left in the opening quarter. Here's Davis. Deflected. And he stays with it. Here's Flynn. And the Raptors miss again. Chicago has gone 4 of 5 from distance here in the first quarter. Here's lights out. And again, it's Chicago with a 3.
Wow, their opponent is doing a tremendous job spacing the floor.
Outside Johnson. Pass to Flynn. Back to Johnson. Now here's Achua to the middle. Here's Davis. And he's in the books. Now 1 for 2.
Love how selfless he is setting brick screens like this. Plays like that right there are what help create easy scoring opportunities.
And that streaking rack attack is the Mobile One drive.
You're toasting the defense and getting in close. They'll take possessions like that one all day. They're getting torched on the perimeter. 4 of the last 5 buckets have been threes.
Pass to Flynn. Powell against Achua. Right side Johnson. The rebound by Bamba. All sorts of time. And Chicago again with a bucket.
So far, they're owning both ends of the floor. We'll see if they can keep this going.
They came out and bum rushed them. Huge difference in activity level from both teams tonight.
Oh, just an easy reverse for him. He has nice feel and touch around the bucket.
And so it's the Chicago Bulls earning this break in the action, up 10. And it's mostly due to their super... And so far through 1 quarter, it's been a lopsided game. We'll see if that changes here in the second. And guys, what's your take on the Bulls so far?
They're off to a rock-solid start. They brought a well-thought-out plan into this one.
Well, let's see if they're able to keep it up. So far, their shot selection and ball movement has been on point.
On the court right now, second quarter for the Bulls. We've got Patrick Williams. He's out there with Zach LaVine. Mo Bamba out there with ball. And it's lights out in at the shooting guard position.
Hey guys, lights out in their last game against the Raptors got the job done. He ended up with 37 points and was locked in from distance. It was impressive. He put up significant numbers. So the question becomes, can he do it again?
Thanks, Allie. Absolutely. He was a one-man show in that one, Grant.
Yeah, he was not going to let them lose that game. We'll see if he comes in with that same mentality tonight.
And I'll be interested to see if the opposition looks to double him, because this should open up opportunities for his teammates to get going.
This defense just can't stay connected to shooters.
Outside Davis. Trent on the wing. Beyond the arc. No luck on that one. Now Chicago takes it the other way. The last time they came together was in Toronto, where they fell to the Raptors.
Just a tough road loss. You're going against players who are comfortable shooting in their own building. You have to find a way to disrupt their focus.
Well, they weren't fighting through screens. Their closeouts and rotations were late. You name it, and let's just say they didn't do it on defense.
And guys, so many great players coming out of Canada. The Raptors have converted a nation, not just watching basketball, but to playing it as well.
Outside Barnes. Good. Barnes has got 7 points.
Obviously, this guy has a talent for scoring, able to problem solve for whatever the defense tosses at him.
And Grant, you think back to those early Raptors jerseys with the big dinosaur. And so it's the Chicago Bulls leading by 17 at the end of the period. And it's their... And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very... And Chicago has possession. Earlier in the game, they led by 19. Here's lights out. Knocks down the long J. 33 points for him.
And this is how he shines. He's a big part of their floor spacing.
Yeah, you got to know where he is at all times, especially when he's roaming around the perimeter ready to fire.
Anunoby and Barnes are the forwards. Gary Trent is out there with Malachi Flynn, and it's Siakam in at the 5 spot. That's the 5 out there for the Raptors.
This is just fun. These teams are trading threes back and forth.
This is today's NBA. Hey, we see this kind of exchange more often than not. They're in strong position coming down the stretch, and he is a big reason why.
Outside Anunoby. Trent outside. And legacies are defined in the playoffs. Game to game, what's the measure of greatness for a star player in your mind, Grant?
Well, B.A., I think it's all about consistency. The great ones in this league historically bring it every night. They may have a bad game here or there, but for the most part, the energy, the effort, and the consistency is always there.
He gives up a bit of size at the center position, but his leaping ability, well, let's just say that makes up for it.
1:33 left in the third. Back to Anunoby. Trent with room to shoot. Rebound by the Bulls.
You got to move past that one. I mean, they'd want him to take that again.
Yeah, it's a great look for him. One they'll try and manufacture again. Those are the shots you want him to take.
Releases. Pass to Lights Out. The Bulls with another miss.
It's been that kind of quarter for him. The shot has just been unreliable.
Trent finds Barnes. Oh, and a vicious dunk by Barnes.
Hey, kept it simple. No reason to get fancy right now, B.A.
Yeah, he's just looking to find shots and produce for his team. Here's Lights Out. Connects again from distance.
He's been on the money from deep.
Definitely. Looking to shoot as much as possible. Pass to Flynn. Back to Trent. From the high post. And it's good. Off the back of the rim and in. Trent's got 8 here in this quarter.
That was a disgusting first half he turned in, but it's been night and day for him after the break.
12 straight points off threes. This defense is not extending very well.
3 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Pass to Barnes. Trent outside. Here's Flynn. Hounded by Ball. Clock at 4. And here's Anunoby. Trying to come right back with a 3 of his own, but it's no good. Here's Lights Out. No good. Misses at the buzzer. And so it's Chicago. A sizable lead of 14 at the break. They just can't miss right now. And so it's the Bulls taking the W in a close one. Just a gutsy performance on the road.
It really was. When this one was up in the air late, they showed how tough-minded they are as a team.
Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. This is Brian Anderson saying thanks for watching. So long, everybody.
And at this point of the season, Greg, many coaches still are maneuvering their lineups, trying to find the right formula.
Yeah, especially the younger teams. There's no real established pecking order, and guys can be wildly
Adebayo against Drummond. Here's Lowry. 1 up, 1 down. 2 points with his first shot this game.
It's more and more comfortable the guys are when Bam has the ball and they cut. They know they're going to get it.
And that was the Mobile One drive. Well worth a second look.
And it's finishes like that which have helped them build this lead here in the first half.
Lights Out with the bucket.
And he's not going to miss that sort of an opportunity from deep.
For Chicago, they won their last contest that game against the Raptors in Toronto. Outside, Hero. Martin, the pass to Adebayo. Andre Drummond grabs the miss.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often. And with Bam Adebayo, I mean, we all know how skilled he is as a scorer and how athletic he is as well. But what about his passing?
Well, as much as I want to compliment Bam and his abilities to do that, I have to give some credence here to the coaching staff leaning into that ability that Bam has. They trusted he's going to make good decisions in the half court, and that has opened up a lot of things for them offensively.
5 on the clock. The Heat need to get a shot off. Off the left rim and out.
D giving him that shot, and that's probably not a good idea, but I guess they knew what they were doing that time.
Count the basket.
And a big-time run there. They are peaking at the right time here to take the lead.
Here's Jerome. Against Golden State, he was really on his game. The pass to Jovic. Pass to Jerome. To stop the run. Got a hand on it. And that's out of bounds. Miami will retain possession. Here's Viana. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Bamba. On defense, the Bulls. Here's Jerome. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. It's Saban. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. It goes on Mohamed Bamba. First trip to the line for him here. The first one falls. You know, Brett, when we talk about destination franchises, Miami has got to be in the conversation for being number 1. Agree?
Well, Kevin, if it was December and I invited you to, let's say, South Beach for a dinner, would you come?
Are you kidding me? Of course.
Absolutely, you will. But beyond the weather, it's the culture there in Miami, and certainly it keeps attracting top-tier free agents. LeBron James, Jimmy Butler, Kyle Lowry. There's more to come.
24 seconds left here in the opening quarter. Here's Adebayo. And terrific work on the offensive glass, and he picks up 2.
Yeah, those possessions like zombies staying alive out there, courtesy of Bam Adebayo.
Here's Lights Out. Down in the low post. It goes. Lights Out's got 13.
And that's just taking advantage of some soft defense on that drive. A little resistance for him on the way to the basket.
Oh, we've seen some great shots in the first quarter. No shortage of offense. Bulls lead by 4. And we'll be back shortly for the start of the second quarter. And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. And taking a look at Chicago's performance here, guys, what have they been doing or not doing?
Well, going to the bench early, they obviously knew what they were doing.
Yeah, looking for a spark here, and the coach tapped the right guys to get out there and provide it.
On the court for the Heat, the wing set for him, Hero and Butler. Yurts have been out there with Martin, and it's Lowry in a point. Here's Lights Out. Lowry covering. Pass to Williams. Here's Lights Out. Shot clock at 6. Puts it up. Here's Powell. Makes it off the glass. Powell's got his first points of the night.
And that's a lesson for the D. Fight harder on the glass.
Yeah, you just can't afford to give up second chance opportunities again and again.
Hero, no good. The Bulls leading by 6. We played just over a minute of basketball here in the second quarter.
It's first triple of the second quarter, third of the game.
And so Lowry will bring it up for the Heat. You know, Greg, we talk a lot about Ball's offense, but his defense is just as important to this team.
Oh, Kevin, very disruptive. He has terrific positional size, and he can anticipate where the offense is going.
Well, the mid-range game right now is doing a lot of damage to this defense, courtesy of Jimmy Butler.
Here's lights out, and the Bulls another three.
Yeah, those are starting to add up, guys. Of their last 5 baskets, 3 have been triples.
Butler finds Martin. Outside Lowry. Back to Martin. Over Williams. And that one hits back Iron.
That's one he knows he should have drained.
And again, the three-point shot from Lights Out. Lights Out's got 22.
Bottom line, you need shooters on your team who can space the floor.
Oh, there's no doubt he's a legitimate threat from downtown, and he's demonstrating that in this game.
Let's check in with our reporter, David Aldridge.
Thanks very much, Kevin. Not that long ago, of course, the analytical team shot way more three-pointers, and they found a temporary edge, but now...
And some good action through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. Bulls out front. They lead by 1. And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even. Lights Out checked in for Chicago.
Get the perimeter, get the perimeter.
Here in this third quarter, just over a minute play. Teams nowadays tracking deflections in addition to steals. Were they something you were aware of when you played defense, Greg?
Even if they weren't tracked, they were valued. And I remember early in my career, that was something with the Knicks that would always emphasize, because deflections were a true indicator of activity, especially defensively.
Zach LaVine is out there with Williams. Then there's Lonzo Ball. Then there's Lights Out, and it's Drummond in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. So that's the 5 in the game for Chicago.
And that's a high percentage look when the D doesn't fight over the screen.
The coach over there just asking for one simple thing, and that's some effort. Got burned on that one.
And really, the defense fouling there to prevent the layup, but that's exactly what you need to do.
The Heat have been successful on 3 of their 4 free throw attempts up to this point. The Bulls making a switch here. Powell's checked in. Heat also with a sub. Yurtsevic's checked in. For Chicago, they've gone 3 of 5 to start the second half, developing a nice rhythm out there. Here's Lights Out. And again, it's the Bulls from deep.
Out of their last 5 makes, how about all 5 from long range?
Outside, Hero. Passes to Adebayo. And out of bounds as Chicago gains possession. And that kind of stifling effort on defense needs another look.
And boy, did he get up quick to reject that shot. That's as fundamental as defense gets.
Here's Lights Out. It's good. The assist that time from Ball. Ball's got 4 assists in the game. The Heat trail by 7. It's Martin on the wing. Back to Hero. Shoots the 3. The Heat rebound. Adebayo. A putback. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
More good work on the glass there. When it's all said and done, I think rebounding might tell the story in this game.
From past the arc. And again, it's the Bulls from deep.
That's a dozen straight points coming off the triple.
Right around 3 minutes into the second half. Hero kicks to Martin. Got loose. Here's Adebayo. Second chance shot. And it's Chicago with the rebound. Williams has got 4 rebounds in this game. Here's lights out. He's covered by Hero. Lights out misses.
Well, the D really getting away with one there. No one on him, and that's going to be good 9 out of 10 times.
Just over 3.5 minutes through the third quarter of play now. A three-pointer's right on target.
Man, the triples keep falling, guys. That's 3 in a row.
They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Timeout called, the Heat.
And doesn't like how things are going right now.
The timeout before the timeout here, maybe just to cut off the momentum and have a chit-chat with the team to settle down.
So for the Bulls, Mohamed Bamba, he's checked in for Dwight Powell, and Raul Neto subbed in for Lonzo Ball. 1:11 left in the third, and it's going to be out of bounds. The Bulls will take it. .110 left in the third quarter. Here's lights out. 37 points for him. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
Wow, he got whacked on that one. Shouldn't be much debate there.
And a moment now to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from for the Bulls.
I mean, they've been stepping it up in terms of their shooting from distance, and the confidence has been there all game long, leaving the defense to scramble.
All game long, they've just done a great job of keeping the pressure on the defense and penetrating with the pass. They've gotten everything inside, and they've converted there.
4 on the shot clock. And again, it's the Heat missing. The Bulls leading by 13. Here's lights out. Drills the three-pointer. Lights out's got 42 in the game.
Flat out taking the game over, and there's no way he's going to give it up.
3-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Good ball movement here by Miami. Outside, Martin. Now the pass to Jerome. Martin trying to free himself up, and he can't stop the run as he misses.
Man, you get so caught up in the bravado of someone scoring on you and you wanting to even the score. Unfortunately, he couldn't answer back.
And so it's the Chicago Bulls with an 18-point lead as the quarter comes to a close. Their work from beyond the arc has been a highlight. A lot of... Let's listen in on what Eric Spoelstra had to say to his team.
Let's get this next bucket.
And so Chicago takes this one, and by a big margin. And the outcome of this one was never in doubt.
And boy, they really put in a supreme effort. It just felt like once they had that lead and it was comfortable, they were not going to relinquish it.
And that'll wrap it up, folks.
And Clark, for just about every team at this time of the year, optimism is running high. That's the magic of the early season.
Couldn't agree with you more.
So both teams making some changes here. On the court right now for the Mavericks. Davis Bertans is out there with Dorian Finney-Smith. Then it's Hardy, then it's Corey Joseph, and it's Wood in at the center position. Great open look there.
And they've settled in quickly today. A nice flowing rhythm to their offense.
Yeah, they're lasered in. I mean, really making the most of their possession.
Here's Joseph, hounded by Ball. On the wing, Finney-Smith. Shot clock at 6. Pass to Hardy. Puts up a 3. Offensive rebound, Mavericks. And that one's good. Joseph.
Already +5 in terms of rebound margin.
Pretty clear. They're dominating that area. They've come out with a lot more energy and effort so far.
This Mavericks team, Grant, they're loaded up on shooters who can hurt you from outside.
And that's the way they should be built. Force teams to spread out and give Luka space. And when the Mavs get hot from outside, they are dangerous.
Outside Bertans. For 3, Hardy. He can't get that one to fall. Now Chicago takes it the other way.
Hey, the struggle is real. He hasn't found much success with his offense today.
Counted from distance.
Adjustment time for these guys. The defense has to make some adjustment here.
Boy, they'd love if anyone could get a bucket.
Yeah, their offense has been grinding to a halt.
Outside Finney-Smith. Pass to Hardy. Looking to get it going. Good on the jump shot.
He's been aggressive right from the tip, but it's resulted in only 2 buckets off of 9 attempts.
Here's lights out. Last game out, we saw him score 42. And again, it's the Bulls from deep.
You know, I think this guy just loves the game of basketball. The preparation, the interaction with his teammates. He has fun out there on the floor.
Williams against Bertans. Outside Finney-Smith. Here's Hardy. He played a great game against Charlotte. Dallas needs to get off a shot. Joseph tried to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark. One side is dominated tonight.
Yeah, they've done a fantastic job of imposing their pace and style of play.
Here's lights out. And there's another one for the Bulls.
Boy, I like their energy coming in. Terrific execution so far.
And, you know, it's an all-out effort they've come in with. Very aggressive offense so far.
And so it's the Chicago Bulls up 19 points as the quarter comes to a close. Their efficiency has been off the charts. They're running their sets well. Great to have you with us. Second quarter of basketball. This game has not exactly been neck and neck, but plenty of time left in this one. And a comfortable margin for the Bulls here, guys.
It's simple. The main takeaway from the first quarter is they're winning this game with defense.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, you look at the energy, the effort defensively, they put it all out there in that opening quarter.
On the court right now for the Mavericks. Doncic and Hardaway Jr. man the backcourt. Then there's Cody Zeller. Then there's Dorian Finney-Smith. And it's Barrett in at the 4 slot. Ooh, nice move as he stepped back and cast it up. He's got 16.
You know, even if they anticipated the step back coming, the defense didn't offer a ton of resistance.
When you look at the intangibles of Luka Doncic, he has some of the best court awareness in the league, and that shows up most with his passing and body control. They really have a commanding lead, not just in points, but in rebounds as well.
And what I like about it, it's been a physical brand of basketball. It's add a little sandpaper element to it, gritty and rough. But that's how you win games.
And the way Doncic can feel the defenders around him speaks to his great court sense, Grant.
No question. And the elite footwork he has makes the most of it. I mean, one of the best at shielding defenders with his body. It's really how he can navigate through a defense with ease.
Back on draft night 2017, the Bulls trading away their star, Jimmy Butler.
And what a haul they got from Minnesota. Zach LaVine, the headliner, and he's turned out to be a franchise player. It's tough to win one of those type of deals, but Chicago got a stud.
This is some kind of performance we're seeing from him today. He is yet to miss a shot.
Pass to Hardaway. Finney Smith up top. Here's Barrett. Second quarter, a little over a minute and a half in. Oh, great D that time from Powell. Here's lights out, guarded by Doncic. Pure from three-point range. He's got 24.
Lackluster defense, showing no desire to chase shooters off that line.
And those triples, they sure do add up quickly, don't they? I mean, they've got to make some kind of adjustment here.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Allie LaForce.
Thanks a lot, Brian. Well, Luka Doncic, an all-star from his second season, and every year he's one of the favorites for MVP. But Luka says, quote, I still haven't won anything, so I've got a long way to go. Brian, if you didn't catch it, team success is the metric. He says the key is to win a championship.
Well, he certainly gives him a chance to do just that, Allie. Thank you. Here's lights out. He's got 24. The basket drops, and he gets fouled on the shot. One free throw coming his way.
He's putting them to the test this quarter, attacking every chance he gets.
Osman, he's checked in for Chicago. Caruso comes in for Neto. Woods checked in for the Mavericks. Joseph comes in for Hardaway. Here's Joseph, and he'll draw the foul. He'll head to the line for two. Grant, we always talk about great footwork for post players, but how about perimeter players?
You know, I'm glad you brought that up, B.A. Great perimeter players have elite footwork. The footwork helps to create the opportunity to score, whether that's shooting a three off the dribble or even in the post-up. Great, elite, fantastic, iconic guards who could do it all have superior footwork. Believe that.
Yeah, you can just see it in Corey Joseph. He loves to hoop. I mean, he's a talented offensive player who also gets after it on defense.
Bamba's checked in for Chicago. Here's lights out. And some very quick points for him on that possession.
Yeah, he's been having his way this quarter, attacking the basket and protecting their lead.
Pass to Joseph. Back to Doncic. Now here's Barrett. And he lobs it up. The lob. Very well done.
Oh, incredible. Save that one. I want to watch it again.
Awesome.
Virtually impossible to top that alley-oop.
Here's lights out. And again, it's the Bulls from deep.
And the defense is really allowing them too much room on the perimeter.
For Dallas, they've gone 4 for 6 here in the second. Pass to Joseph. And almost 4 minutes gone in the second quarter of play.
They are perfect from the line in this quarter and need to stay aggressively in attack mode if they want to gain control of this game.
And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown. for the Bulls.
You know, so far in this one, these guys have been knocking it down from distance. You've got to like their confidence as this game continues. They're on a nice roll.
They've also been consistently getting themselves to the line tonight, picking up plenty of points off free throws.
Levine, he's checked in for Terry. Hardy, he's checked in for the Mavericks. Here's lights out, and it's good. Credit Levine with the assist. He's got 34.
All game long, he's been getting to his spots, and the defense has yet to adjust.
Yeah, Joseph adept at finding his open teammates, and that's exactly what you want from your point guard.
The Bulls have gotten all 8 shots to go. A perfect second quarter so far. Lights out. That's good.
Deep into the game, you rely on players like him to keep delivering.
For Dallas, they've gotten 5 of 7 shots to go in the second. Pass to Hardy. Here's Wood. Outside Barrett. Over Levine. Here's Zeller. And there's 2. Work on the glass, paying off that time. Zeller's gotten 4 this quarter.
It was a rough start for them scoring the ball, but they look like now they're really finding their rhythm and flow.
Yeah, it looks like they've gained a little bit of confidence as the lid has come off the hoop.
Now 8 seconds separating the 2 clocks. And again, it's the Bulls from deep.
And this is how he shines. He's a big part of their floor spacing.
And you know what? It's all about the long distance game for him tonight. He's getting it done from out there.
Pass to Wood. The shot, no good.
It does not get much easier than that, but somehow he came up empty there.
And so a pretty lopsided game through the first half. And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. Ball runs point with Levine flanking him. Patrick Williams out there with Andre Drummond. And it's lights out in at the small forward position. That's the 5 out there for the Bulls. Here's Hardy. Off target from outside.
Tell you what, the defense was lucky there. I mean, leave him that open from range, he'll typically knock it down.
You know, there was a time years ago when the Mavericks were one of the NBA's shakiest teams. Now they're one of its proudest franchises.
You know, they're looking good, really good right now because of him. He sees this game by the throw, and he's squeezing hard.
B.A., the one-hand dunk just looks so fluid.
Yeah, absolutely. Even smooth when he's powering it home like that.
Part of what makes him unique, guys, that combination of power and power.
Lights out. That's good. And you can attribute the Mavs' rise to stable ownership and some very savvy front office moves.
Yeah, so true, B.A. They've made some great decisions in the draft, for sure. They've been able to find cornerstone players and build solid rosters around them.
Hardaway, the pass to Doncic. Hardaway up top. Here's Hardy. Just 5 to shoot. From downtown. Drummond grabs the miss. Drummond's got 9 rebounds now.
And they're up considerably because of their efforts on the glass.
Yeah, rebounding has been a big key in this one. They've asserted their will and taken control on the glass.
Since half, there's been a stark contrast between these teams. I'm talking about efficiency at the offensive end.
And that's why you have such a huge gap in the shooting numbers between the teams.
Doncic finds Wood. Over Williams. Fades away and sinks a tough shot.
Well, Wood has a really solid jump shot, and that one well within his range.
Here's lights out. What? Off the left rim and out.
Even with that miss, they're shooting 75% coming out of the break. That's a strong start to the half.
From deep, here's Doncic. And it's Chicago with a board. Drummond's got 10 rebounds here tonight. So active.
And, you know, what's most impressive about Luka Doncic is how fast he has become a bona fide star in this league. I mean, you get the feeling he's nowhere close to being done improving yet. But I believe those games at the highest level in Europe really prepared him to be a star in the NBA.
Well done on the glass. Gets himself in position where he can use his size.
Gives us a chance to catch up with Allie LaForce.
Well, guys, with the yearly roster moves, it might be hard for the casual fan to keep track. But Commissioner Silver said it's a necessary side effect. He said, quote, "We tried to tie performance to pay in a closer way, and I think that's what you see with shorter contracts." Brian, more player movement has been the result.
Yeah, good point, Allie. Thanks. The floater. Oh, it's blocked by Williams. Third quarter of basketball here. A little under 3.5 minutes gone by. Buries it from three. And Luka's the kind of guy you build your team around, Clark.
Yeah, and I think this next step is being a franchise player that learns how to lead effectively. It's incredible how much he has already accomplished at such a young age, and his transition coming to the NBA from Europe has been, I think, surprisingly seamless.
This shot by Hardy, no good.
A perfect example of how to protect the rim.
And, you know, guys, I love his fight and grit on the interior. I mean, he never lets a shot go uncontested.
And here's Doncic outside. Nails it from beyond the arc. Doncic has got 7 points in the game.
You know, guys, you look at Doncic, and he has really good size for a wing, which helps him have his way against most defenders.
From behind the arc. And again for three. Buries his 10th triple of the game.
Unbelievable, B.A. Unbelievable.
Outside Hardaway. Ball against Doncic. Pass to Wood. Lets a floater go. Williams grabs the board. The Bulls on offense. They're on a 16-7 run. Here's lights out. Here's Drummond. And it's good. Fought through contact. Hit the shot and will go to the line. Some changes for Chicago. Powell, he's checked in for Williams. Osman comes in for Levine. And Neto is subbed in for Ball. Dallas has gone 1 of 4 here in the third from range. Now here's Doncic. He's guarded closely. Outside Finney-Smith. Back to Barrett. Three-pointer. Oh, he got it up in time, but it wouldn't fall for him. At the end of the third quarter, a huge lead. This one. And it's time to bring up the State Farm assist of the game.
This is the definition of team chemistry. I love to see this kind of communication and connection between teammates leading to the perfect pass.
For me, next to the big-time alley-oops and monster throwdowns, passes like that are probably the next best thing when it comes to sweet-looking NBA highlights.
And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same for the first 3 quarters. On the floor for Dallas starting the fourth quarter. We've got Corey Joseph. Dorian Finney-Smith is out there with Davis Bertans. And it's Wright in at the 1. Outstanding dribble drive. And that replay was brought to you by Mobile One.
Yeah, taking the onus on himself to make something happen. Got it into the teeth of the defense and made them pay.
Well, we often see teams make big moves right before the trade deadline. So it's the Bulls winning this one easily. We saw 2 different teams tonight. One played with confidence, operating flawlessly. The other just looked lost.
And the energy in this building was awesome. The crowd was involved from the jump, and once they started to really pour it on, it was fun to see how it all came together.
And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Allie LaForce, Clark Kellogg, and
Great choice. That's a difference maker.
you ever be my best friend? If nothing wrong with